A Theosophical View of Hegel's Philosophy of History by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The philosophy of Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, 1770–1831, is one of the most significant and influential in the history of Western thought, and his application of the concept of the unity of opposites to the understanding of history has had a profound impact. Hegel's philosophy of history is one of the most influential contributions to Western philosophy, and it continues to shape our understanding of the world today. Hegel's philosophy of history is based on the unity of opposites, as postulated by Paracelsus and others, and rooted in his belief that history is a dialectical or adversarial process in which the contradictions between opposing forces are resolved through a synthesis that results in the development of new ideas and structures. Following this model, human history can be understood as a process of gradual evolution, whereby successive generations build on the achievements of their forebears to create ever more complex, sophisticated societies. At the heart of Hegel's philosophy of history is his concept of the world historical individual, which he believed was a driving force behind historical progress. According to Hegel, certain individuals such as Napoleon Bonaparte or Julius Caesar had a profound impact on the course of history through their actions. Hegel also believed that history was the product of the interaction between different cultures and societies. He saw history as a continuous process of cultural and spiritual development that was driven by the tensions and contradictions between different peoples and their values. Hegel believed that the conflicts between these cultures were necessary because they allowed for the development of more complex and sophisticated societies that could better adapt to changing circumstances. One of the most important ideas in Hegel's philosophy of history is the notion of Geist, or spirit mind. Hegel believed that this spirit was the driving force behind historical progress and that it was embodied in the ideas and values of different cultures. He believed that over time the spirit would become more and more self-aware, resulting in the emergence of more sophisticated and enlightened societies. Blavatsky's teachings are broader and involve evolution through cosmic eras, rounds and globes, and root races, mass reincarnations of humanity, which are not found in Hegelian philosophy. But with regard to the current stage of human evolution, her teachings share many of Hegel's ideas on history. Like Hegel, she sees the course of human history as a journey towards greater levels of spiritual and moral enlightenment. She also places great emphasis on the idea of evolution, both in the physical and spiritual realms. In her view, the process of spiritual evolution is closely tied to the physical evolution of the natural world, and both are subject to fundamental laws and principles. Blavatsky agrees that progress is made through conflict and resolution, and praises those who challenge the established order when she says in The Secret Doctrine, "It is owing to this rebellion of intellectual life against the morbid inactivity of pure spirit that we are what we are, self-conscious thinking men, with the capabilities and attributes of God in us for good as much as for evil. Hence the rebels are our saviours." Despite these similarities, however, there are some important differences between the two thinkers. Perhaps the most significant of these is the role that they assign to religion in the course of human history. For Hegel, religion plays a crucial role in shaping the development of human societies, but it is ultimately superseded by more rational forms of thought. Blavatsky, on the other hand, sees religion as an essential component of human spirituality and one that will continue to play an important role in the future evolution of humanity. Another key difference between the two is the degree to which they view human agency as shaping historical development. Hegel places great emphasis on the role of individual actors in shaping history, while Blavatsky sees human action as being largely determined by spiritual forces beyond our control. For her, history is ultimately guided by a divine plan, and human beings are tools employed in its realization. According to Blavatsky, great leaders, thinkers and innovators of history are channels for higher forces which work through them. While the concept of Geist does not appear in Blavatskyan Theosophy in the exact same form as it does in Hegelian philosophy, the idea of a universal principle that underlies all existence is present in both. In Theosophy, this principle is not driven by human consciousness as it is in Hegel's philosophy, but rather represents a greater, more cosmic force. Ultimately, the two systems of thought differ in their focus and approach, with Hegelian philosophy focusing on the study of human consciousness, while Blavatskyan Theosophy seeks to understand the underlying principles and forces that govern all existence. One component of history found in Blavatskyan Theosophy that is absent from Hegel's work is the concept of the cyclic nature of history. This postulates that many of the challenges faced by humanity, and therefore the lessons learned, are recapitulatory. This is illustrated by Winston Churchill's This Sceptred Isle, which covers British history from Roman times to the 20th century and shows how the same historical paradigms repeat themselves. Hegel's philosophy of history has been the subject of much debate and criticism over the years. Some have questioned the role of the world historical individual in driving historical progress, while others have criticised the notion of Geist as being too abstract and metaphysical. Nonetheless, Hegel's philosophy of history remains an important and influential perspective on the development of human societies, and its insights continue to shape our understanding of the world today.